Hello, this is STEM Choir with Lesson 5.1, Adding and Subtracting Polynomials. First, before we delve into how to add or subtract a polynomial, let's learn what a polynomial is. A polynomial is an expression usually consisting of more than one term. Basically, there are different ways to classify polynomials, which are by their degree and their number of terms. Their degree is the highest exponent power the polynomial goes to, and the number of terms describes, well, how many terms there are in the polynomial. The ways to describe the number of terms are monomial, or one term, so it would be like this. Or binomial, which would be two terms, which would be like this. Trinomial, which would be three terms, which would be like this. And a polynomial, which would be four or more terms. So something like this. And that's how you classify it by term. Now by degree is, again, by the highest exponent value that one term would go to, or all the terms in all the terms, whatever term would go to. So the ways to describe the degree are constant, which is basically where it's like there's no variable, or it's like x to the 0th power, which is equal to 1. So it could be something like 5 or 6, for example. Those are all values like constants. Now, another way is by linear. So linear would be x to the first power, or just x, or y to the first power, etc. Quadratic would be x to the second power, or any variable squared. That's the highest degree it goes to. Cubic would be cubed, so the highest degree would be 3. Quartic would be to the fourth power, so the highest degree would be 4. And quintic would be x to the fifth, or to the fifth power, so that fifth power is the highest degree in the polynomial. Now let's take a look at the expression we have here, and let's try to describe this expression. So we have 2x cubed plus 6. So first, let's describe it by degree. So the highest degree we have here is a 3, because 6 is basically x to the 0th power. X to the 0th power, or 1. So the highest degree we have here is 3, so it would be a cubic polynomial. Now we have two terms in this polynomial, so it would also be a binomial. So this polynomial can also, or this expression can also be classified as a cubic binomial. Now, let's move on to adding and subtracting polynomials. So let's take two polynomials, for example. So we'll have x plus 5y minus 3 plus 2x minus 3y plus 5. Now, one thing we need to know when we're adding or subtracting polynomials is something called like terms. And like terms are basically terms, or parts of the polynomial or expression, so terms that have like the same kind of variable pattern. So we can only add the x's here with the same x's, the y values with y values, and the constants with constants. We can't add the y value to the x or the x value to the constant. The only way we can simplify is by adding the like terms. So we can add both the x's, both the y's, and both the constants. So let's take a look. So we have x plus 2x, which would equal 3x. 5y minus 3y, which would equal plus 2y. And negative 3 plus 5, which would equal plus 2. So our answer would be 3x plus 2y plus 2. Now let's subtract the same polynomials we have here, or I could also call them trinomials. So, when we're subtracting polynomials, it's a bit different because we have to distribute the negative sign to all the terms in the polynomial or expression. So this equation here would actually, we could represent it as x plus 5y minus 3 minus 2x, because we want to distribute the negative sign, so minus 2x. And this would actually become plus 3y because, again, a negative sign multiplied by a negative sign would equal a positive sign, and then minus 5. So that actually makes our life easier and reduces any mess ups we might have. So if we want to simplify this, we want to simplify the x's, the y's, and the constants separately. So negative 2x plus x would equal negative x, 5y plus 3y, which would equal 8y, positive 8y, and negative 3 minus 5, which would equal negative 8. And that is our final answer. Thank you.